Hello, my friends. I am back. It is day 3 of our social media accelerator program, and I'm excited to share with you the things that we learned just now today from Fraser Brooks. It's incredible content that I feel is really going to make a difference in increasing income and activity in my business and yours if you decide to take these and run with it. So hold on. So this is exciting. If you have been watching the last couple of days, you know that we talk about the daily activities and the ideas and the things that we're doing on social media, including commenting, creating content, connecting, converting, and celebrating. So yesterday we talked about the first two, and today was the third one, which is connecting. And Fraser said this is possibly the most important skill on social media. And one of the reasons is because if you're a fan of Eric Worre, like I am, who is a master in and trainer in the network marketing profession, he talks about the core skills. They are finding people, inviting them to take a look, presenting, following up, enrolling, duplicating, getting them to events, etc. And what Fraser pointed out is if you don't have people to connect with, if you don't do the first step, the whole process is stalled. So in learning how to connect well and efficiently and authentically, it continues to grow our business and gives us people to practice those skills on as we grow this business. So I'm really excited because I know, like in my own journey, if you've followed me on other platforms, you know, at the beginning of my journey in network marketing is after being an engineer, after doing another business, but really committing finally to network marketing. When I first reached out to my list of people, of the first 30, they all said no or ignored me except for one. And that one person ended up returning her products. So my rate of engagement was very slow. I was very awkward, but I was willing and determined to do the work in order to get the results. So I was able to get there. But knowing that, I think it's important to remember wherever you're at, just start and do these. But having these insights that Fraser shared with us is golden. So he says it's all about connecting, and in growing your business, there's two parts of it. There's action and there's attraction. And I love that because I've always taught this in my team when it comes to social media. I train to, reach out and connect with people as well as, allow people to come in and be attracted to you. Now, the attraction marketing is kind of held as the holy grail. And yeah, who doesn't want that, right? Who doesn't want, everybody chasing me, which chasing is not good in either direction. But the idea, the mentality is to wake up with messages in your inbox of people wanting to get started instead of having to do the work. Well, in reality, that attraction comes as a result of the action. And so that having a business fully on attraction can happen eventually, but more so long-term as you gain a huge following. And one of the reasons is because you talk about cold messaging and, the whole process we're doing here is turning strangers into friends and friends into family, as Fraser Brooks said. And so everyone starts as a stranger who we're connecting with, and attraction happens when we become not cold to the other person, when we become hot. And that only comes when we take the action of showing up on social media, in our lives, to connect with other people so that they have the opportunity to get to know us. So back to this action and attraction, right? We're going to do both, but I feel like we emphasize attraction a lot, but it all starts with action. So we trained on that first. And actually I want to show this graph that he showed. So this is a graph over time. And what happens, I think in any online business or any type of business actually, is that over time, you're going to start with action high. And over time, you have the opportunity to take less action as attraction takes over and continues up so that your business shifts in that direction. And kind of the sweet spot is here. It says when you are taking action, you're putting out content, you're putting out posts. And it used to be common that you could do that and say, hey, let's look, if you're looking to make an income, I'm looking for, 5 people or 10 people, or who's interested in this. And the comment section would be full of info, please, info, please, info, please, send it to me, send it to me. And that is not as common anymore. So we can't count on that. It's even less than before. But if we get to the sweet spot, that's where we're finding that engagement. So our recognition is that up front, we're going to be engaging in more action. And a formula he gave is FAM, F-A-M. Find, add or engage, and then message, F-A-M. FAM, find, engage. So for example, yesterday I talked about groups, and that has been going great. I have to tell you, I've gotten a lot of engagement today, not even having the full skills yet, but I've been diving into Super Coachable. I even made a list, I don't see it now, of a lot of the Facebook groups that I am in, and I'm just engaging in them. I'm just engaging in conversation. And so I've gotten a few new, Facebook friends from that, and engagement. And I'll tell you, I got an enrollment. I had an enrollment yesterday, a new customer enroll. And I'm not even sure who it is. Maybe it's one of you who found me. So this is not a stranger being referred from the company. This is somebody who found my website and enrolled themselves, which is super exciting when that happens. But I recognize that's going to be part of the process, and that'll probably happen more and more. But it's such a huge gift. But just by engaging, you're already winning. But if you can use FAM, find, engage, message, it's great. So for example, go to these groups and find people that you want to connect with, either through commenting on somebody else's stuff, like we talked yesterday, or creating your own content and placing it in there. And he said, go ahead and send people a friend request who you connect with and that you like, and just start a conversation like you would with somebody in real life. You're meeting somebody in person who you don't know. You can say, hey, how are you? Or I liked that thing that you said, or that thing that you did. So you said, hey, I saw you in the group and you asked that question, or I asked that question, you made the comment about this. And then you ask a question, hey, curiously, what do you do for your work? You mentioned that you work, or you mentioned you have a dog. How is that type of dog with friends? So the three parts of the message are a hello with their name. Second is how you found them, identifying the group and the dialogue that you found them. And third is to ask a question. Always end with a question. I love this. This is so validating, because I've always taught my team this also from day one, is always end your messages with a question. That's the best way to engage, right? So, another just Fraser quote that I loved is that if you work hard, you will win at this. So this is a numbers game in a sense. I think the more skilled we get, the better our numbers get. But in reality, we're just engaging in conversation. We're not expecting every conversation to turn into a friend. We're not expecting every conversation to turn into a business transaction, but we're just showing up as our best selves. And if we do that enough time, and we work hard, and if we have huge dreams and desires, we have to put in huge action and work. And if we do the work, then we will win at this game, is what he says. So I'm excited for that. Well, I mentioned about cold messaging earlier. I love that message that basically when you're messaging somebody that you don't know, they are quote unquote cold, but just see them as a person, because what network marketing is turning a stranger into a friend and a friend into family, right? Like if somebody that you don't know into a friend, potentially a customer, when they become a customer, or especially a team member, it's like they become family, right? And that's part of the emotion of this business. And it happens naturally because you're engaged in the same activities, you're plugging in to ask questions of each other, you're listening to the same podcasts, you're attending the same events. You just really become family with somebody, which is also why, like, when somebody leaves a team or leaves a company, it's painful sometimes. And it's good. It's important not to take it personally, because that's just something that happens. But I think a lot of times I hear the criticism like, oh, well, I left a team and then, I don't hear from this person anymore. Well, I mean, I think we can all stay in touch, and I try to stay in touch even with my team members who have left, but it just naturally becomes less connected, because you're not thinking the same things, you're not attending, you're not listening to the same things. And so, but thinking the other side, there's such an opportunity. And the beautiful thing about this business is those who do come in and do engage, like, we get to know each other so well, and we run, and it's turning strangers into friends and friends into family. So now when I meet somebody new who I don't know, I try to put myself in the energy of, oh, this could be a new friend who becomes a family. Is this somebody I'd want to, do life with? And I think going into any relationship with that anticipation and excitement is going to bless somebody regardless of the outcome of that interaction. So what else? Oh, and he was saying when you start to engage new people in conversations, it boosts your confidence. And I'm noticing this already. We're on day 3, right? And you start to gain 5, 8, 10 new connections, leads, friends a day. And what can happen in this profession otherwise in network marketing, and I've seen it happen, I felt it, is that we make our initial list of people that we know. And once we get to the end of that list, we're discouraged, and a lot of people quit. Where a lot of times we hear the saying, it's not who you know, it's who you're going to meet. Well, in order for that to be true, you have to continue to meet people. And so that's such an exciting thing. So this is a great, easy, simple way to engage. I love the group idea. I love the post ideas. I mean, there's so much great content. So thanks for coming along with me. So our dare for today. Now, again, our daily activity is still commenting, content, connecting, converting, and celebrating. And plus, we have a dare each day. So today's dare was to reach out to friends and family, and or people who commented and liked on your post, and connect or reconnect with them. He even gave us an idea if you've been Facebook friends with somebody who you've never spoken to, you just send them a quick message to connect, like, hey, I noticed we've been friends here on Facebook for some time. We've never connected. I'd love to change that. How are you? Which he's like, don't feel weird about it. That's how you approach somebody in real life. Like, how are you? Who are you? What is it about you? Or he said you could even say, I've been challenged to ask all of my Facebook followers what's their biggest goal this year. I'd love to know what yours is. Some aren't going to respond. Some are going to think it's weird. It's okay. But it would be more weird if you sent a friend request and didn't say anything, or if you just Facebook friends, you're like, who's this person? Be willing to be the instigator. Be willing to go first. Because this is something else he said, is be willing to be the instigator, meaning like being willing to go first. And this is in a lot of personal development we get from David T.S. Wood. Be willing to smile first, say hello first, go first, initiate the conversation first, because when you don't, if you're just showing up, then other people become the investigator. So you be the instigator, otherwise they will become the investigator, which means they're putting up resistance, they're questioning everything. Why is this person messaging me? Are they going through my contacts? Are they, doing something in my group? They become suspicious. But no, just be yourself and initiate the conversation, and that way people get to know the real you. Okay. I think, and that's about it for today. He just reminded us, give encouragement, value, and love and appreciation when we're commenting. And as we continue to follow his dare of connecting and reconnecting, just use the skills that he shared. And he ended with, and this is the title of this video, is Habits Beat Hacks. So there's great little hacks, as you know, there's great little tips and scripts that can work. But even more than that, he's like, habits are what work. And I've seen that in my own efforts as well. And anything in life, consistency counts. Doing a little bit every day counts more than like finding the secrets here and there, which those will come. So he said, trust the process, test the tactics. So that's what we're doing. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll continue going. Remember, every Monday through Friday, I plan to go live after our training with Fraser Brooks on the Social Media 90-Day Run. So I will see you next time. Subscribe if you haven't already, then you'll get a notification. And feel free to invite or share anyone else you think would value from this information. Thanks, you guys.